Hey guys, it's Brandon Flores. Today I want to touch on the fact of teen bodybuilding. I am a teenager myself. I'm 17, and I know what to do to get to where I need to be. It obviously takes time, years, consistency, which I have the dedication to do that. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how to get to where you want to be. So let's say you want to have the aesthetic physique. All teenagers think that being ripped and muscular is the big goal, the big thing that all model company wants to see, that all the sponsors stop fucking return. And then that's not it exactly, because the time in your life where you can gain the most muscle is early 20s, late teens. So around 19 to 23 is whenever you have the most time to gain your muscle. I guess is the way you can say it. And but what I'm talking about right now is whenever you're a teenager, you shouldn't have to be worried about bulking and cutting, bulking and cutting, bulking and cutting, bulking and fucking cutting, because it's just gonna, the time that you cut, you're in a calorie deficit, obviously, and then that you're going to be lucky to maintain your muscle that you gained. If you really don't know what you're doing, you're going to be losing muscle. And so what I'm saying is, while you're a teenager, you should really just be focused on bulking, unless you really just get like overweight. You start to get a little tummy at the bottom. Love handles start to come over and get that double chin. Obviously, you're going to have to cut thin. But you shouldn't have to cut if you're 9 to 13% body fat. You can still be bulking in that time. That's not high body fat at all. But of course, if you're in the single digits, that's the last thing you need to worry about. Just keep bulking. So what you want to do while bulking, you want to get your calorie maintenance. And everybody's goal is, while bulking, they don't want to get fat. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a lean bulk. It's going to be like 5-6 months long. We'll see where I'm at the end of that. If I need to cut, I'll cut. But if I don't need to cut, I'm just going to continue on with the bulk. So you want to have a continuous progress and not plateau every month, or whenever you got to weigh yourself every day. If you're really serious about this shit, you got to count your macros, calories. You got to get your macros and all your shit together. But weigh yourself. And if you notice that you're like, let's say I'm at 170, I weighed in today, 170 whenever I woke up, and then after a few meals, I'm like 171.6. So whenever tomorrow morning, if I'm still 170.6, or in a week from now, if I'm still 170.6, I gotta up my carbs, up my calories, proteins, fats, shit like that. And you always, especially if you work out 5 to 6 times a week, you want to get in at least a gallon and a half of water a day. You can never have too much water. Your muscles are fucking like 70-75% water, so you can never drink too much water, especially if you're trying to build muscle. So always, when you're bulking, be in calorie surplus, get those extra calories, and whenever you plateau, just bump it up a little bit, just a little bit. Because if you bump it up too much, like let's say you go from like eating 2,500 calories and you're just like, oh, I want to bulk now. You go to 3,200 calories, you're going to gain fat, you're going to gain muscle, because it's going to shock your muscles. And like, oh, we got all this extra food, so we got extra energy source to change into muscle. But that excess energy that your body's not used to using is going to turn it into stored fat. So it's going to be a pretty long video, so just stay with me. And you just want to keep doing that. And I work out chest 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, Saturday. And one day I go heavy, and then light, and then heavy. You always want, especially if you're cutting, you want to have more heavy days than light days, because you want to maintain your strength, maintain your muscle. The only way to do that is by lifting heavy, reminding your muscles that they need to still be there, shock them into lifting heavier weights. And of course, whenever you're bulking, you always need to lift fucking heavy, always. So just always stay in a calorie surplus when you're a kid, unless you're prepared to take years upon fucking years to just be kind of close to your goal. If you want to get there quicker, it takes a quarter of the time to cut than what it takes to bulk. Muscle, it takes years and years to put on. Fat, it takes weeks, few months, depending on how fat you are. If you're bodybuilding, of course you're watching what you eat. You always need to stay clean on your diet, but you need to get your carbs in, but those are complex carbs. But you shouldn't have much to lose if you're watching what you eat. Now to the cutting, for those of you guys that just completely ignored what I just said for the past 5.5 minutes, for those of you that are cutting, for you guys not to lose too much muscle, that's the big question. How do I cut, get all the fat shredded off, and keep the muscle that I worked so hard for, right? That's everybody's question. That's $1 million question. It's kind of like the lean bulking. You want to gain muscle without gaining the fat, right? So that means you go, whenever you plateau, you go up just a little bit so you don't gain fat, but your muscles are just like, alright, so it's extra energy, so that means I can go just a little bit more. Same thing with the calorie deficit, but flip it, you're going down. So let's say I'm at 3,800 calories. I start cutting, I go to 3,600, go down about 20-30 grams in carbs. Try and keep your proteins high because that's how you're going to keep your muscle. Carbs gives your muscles energy and muscle glycogen to grow, rebuild. But protein helps them just fucking grow. Just helps them get massive as fuck. So, always keep your proteins high, especially during a cut. And carbs and calories is really the only thing that you gotta mess with, and fats, of course. And keep your water high. It helps with the muscle growth. You want to be taking I showed this in my last video. Hold up for a second. I showed it in my last video. I have this, the iron cuts, and these two things I'm about to show you is, this is my mass builder. This is what I take when I'm cutting and bulking. I'm not going to be cutting for a while though. This is what I take all the time for mass building. I just got another one because it's almost fucking empty. And then set that down right there. And then creatine, that's also really good for muscle mass building. And then, since I just decided I'm going to go on a long fucking bulk, and I'm upping up my I'm upping my calories. I'm at 3,600 right now. Next month I'm gonna be at 38. The month after that, 4,100. Month after that, it's like 4,300. I'm of course going up to carbs like in the 400 grams. Proteins 250, 270. That shit's getting up there, but you gotta eat big to get big. I don't need to fucking patent that shit. But this, you gotta eat three in your first meal, 3 at dinner. But what I'm doing, I'm taking 2 because there's only 90 in here, and it fucking, this shit costs like $35 without shipping. So it's like, fuck that bullshit. I gotta pay for that shit. I work at Subway. Fuck, I look like. So I'm taking 2 in the morning, 2 at night. So that's 4 a day, and it should last me. I don't want to do math. It's somewhere. Let's say it'll last me a little over a month. I think. Yeah, like a month and some days. Fuck. I'm taking 4. There's 90. I don't fucking know. It'll probably last me about like 22, 24, something like that days, and I'll just get another one and then repeat that shit. So whenever you're cutting, you just want to keep going lower but slowly, and then once you've reached your satisfaction, you just want to bump it up just a little bit more. So teens, young bodybuilders, especially for you new ones, of course if you new ones, if you guys are just a little overweight, a little bit chunky, you want to cut down before you go to the muscle building, because you're going to get discouraged that all the muscle I can guarantee you're getting muscle if you get a lean diet, you're eating the right stuff, and if you're lifting the right way, you're gaining muscle. But if you're overweight, you won't be able to see the muscle, you're going to get discouraged. So, since you can lose fat quicker than you can gain muscle, lose the fat, because you won't get discouraged, because since you lose fat quick, you'll see a lot of progress quick. And then once you see all that progress, you're going to be like, oh shit, I guess I did have a little bit of muscle under here, but I want to get more. So whenever you start working out, you'll be able to see those gains quicker. You won't get discouraged. So that is really all I have to go over today. I've done so much research. I mean, I don't pay attention to my teachers at school. I'm on my computer, just looking up shit. I'm on YouTube, just getting more knowledge about nutrition, because that's what I want to do after high school. I want to hopefully get sponsored, because after high school, I'm going in my junior year right now. So that means I have 2 more years in high school to get closer to my goal body. And my goal body, I know I can get sponsored, get advertisement, I can be in commercial, I can do whatever the fuck I want with the body that I know I can get. But it's commitment. And I think I have that commitment. But my goal is to open up a gym and just be the boss, work for myself. I had my own logo. I have a really good idea of what apparel. It's a B-Fit because my name is Brandon. So it's a B/fit. It's going to be like bfitapparel.com, something like that. But I'm going to work on that after high school. But during high school, I'm going to be taking credits for business and all that. But enough of that. So this video is over. If you guys want me to go over anything else that you guys have questions about, I can help you out. Just comment in the comments below. Share this video, like it, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. It's Brandon_aesthetics. And I'll follow you guys back. Just let me know that you follow me off my YouTube channel. And ask me questions on there. I'll be more than happy to help you out. So that's it, guys. Subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Bye.